Okay, well, it's 8 o'clock, so we'll start. It's becoming my catchphrase, I think. So this morning we're going to do a loving kindness meditation. And I'm going to begin, as I did on Wednesday, by reading a poem by Naomi Shihab Nye, who's an American, Palestinian American. And she writes wonderful poetry. And this is one that's very apposite for what we're doing this morning. Good morning, Julie. Good to see you. Before you know what kindness really is, you must lose things. Feel the future dissolve in a moment like salt in a weakened broth. What you held in your hand, what you counted and carefully saved, all this must go. So you know how desolate the landscape can be between the regions of kindness. How you ride and ride, thinking the bus will never stop. The passengers eating maize and chicken will stare out of the window forever. Before you learn the tender gravity of kindness, you must travel where the Indian in a white poncho lies dead by the side of the road. You must see how this could be you, how he too was someone who journeyed through the night with plans and the simple breath that kept him alive. So I'm going to stop there. It's not the whole poem, but that's the bit I want to talk about. We all experience pain and suffering and disappointment and anger and upset and joy and happiness in our lives. And so we have this tendency as human beings to think that it's just us. I mean, not consciously, of course, but unconsciously, we're very caught up with our own sense of joy and suffering. And that's okay, because that's just what we do. It's the way we've evolved. But we can change that, and we can realize that other people, even if we don't know them, even if we don't like them, experience exactly the same sense of joy and pain that we suffer. So everybody in the world knows what it's like to as it says in the poem, to feel the future dissolve in a moment like salt in a weakened broth. What you held in your hand, what you counted and carefully saved. And so it's this. So we know how desolate the landscape can seem, and we also know how beautiful it can seem, how joyful, and so do other people. And the thing is, if we can just bear that in mind, that other people, this stranger on the street, this person that we don't really like very much, are just going through the same kinds of emotions as we are, positive and negative, happy and sad, joyful and miserable sometimes. And this practice is about connecting with that. It's not about liking everybody. It's not even about loving everybody in the normal sense of the word love, but it's about having a sense of goodwill towards all beings, and including ourselves too, because of course we're not always very nice to ourselves. So it's just about empathy, really, about having a sense of solidarity with the world, with all the other beings in the world. And this includes animals and birds and all beings, really, because all breathing, living beings are just trying to survive and trying to do the best. So this is the loving kindness meditation, and it's radical. It's a really revolutionary practice, and the Buddha was very keen on it in his time, teaching that whatever happens, we should have a sense of loving kindness to others, even if they treat us badly. And that way, we actually change the world. He said that if we can do that, then the world will change. And it does, in a magical way. If we keep doing this practice, the world around us changes radically, and other people are kinder to us as well as us being kinder to other people. Amazing, just amazing. So I do encourage you to keep doing this practice. So good morning, everybody that's joined since I started talking. It's really good to see you. Panda, Emily, Stephanie, Merce, Michelle, Julia, Karen, Barbara, and Julie, I think. Good to see you all. And so we'll start. And just taking a few deep breaths to begin with this morning. Breathing in, filling the lungs, holding the breath, and then letting it fully out, right to the end, emptying the lungs completely, and then doing the same a few times. So you can do this exercise, this meditation. You can do it lying in the bed, lying on the floor, sitting on a chair or a cushion or whatever you like. Just be comfortable as always. And just beginning by relaxing the mind as much as you can and relaxing the body. Just feeling the weight of your body on the bed, floor, chair, cushion, and allowing yourself to be held. You don't have to put any effort into sitting or lying. Noticing contact with the chair, whatever you're lying on, and with the floor or the bed. If you're sitting, this would be through your feet. And just really focusing for a minute on those feelings, those sensations of contact with whatever you're lying or sitting on. And bringing your attention now to the chest area, the breathing in the chest. Chest rising and falling, the breath filling the lungs, pushing the rib cage outward, and all of it relaxing as you breathe out. Beautiful rhythm. And just bringing your attention particularly down to the bottom of the rib cage, right in the middle, called the sternum, and just behind here is our heart center. Not our physical heart, but our heart center, the place where we feel all positive emotion, the place from which we can act with wisdom and awareness. In Buddhist tradition, it's called the heart mind, the chitta. And if we act from here, then all is good. So you might be able to feel something warm and pleasant in this area, particularly as you breathe in. Just noticing if you can. And if you can, just allowing this warm, pleasant feeling to grow. This sense of loving kindness. If you're struggling a bit to feel anything, just try bringing to mind somebody that you love, a person or an animal or a pet or a really happy occasion, and see what happens. If you still can't feel anything there, that's okay. Just allowing yourself to soften, to relax, and not trying to force it. Just accepting what you can feel. That's perfectly okay. Just being open to feeling something else. So in this first stage, we're just thinking about ourselves. And this morning, I'd like you to rejoice in yourself. To rejoice in all the good things about you. The fact that you get out of bed every morning, no matter whether you're feeling good or bad, and face the world. The fact that you're doing your best to live your life in the best way possible. And though you may not always succeed, you are trying. You're doing your best. Just rejoice in the small kindnesses that are you, the way you relate to some people at least, and how some people love you too and treasure you. So although none of us may be perfect, can we rejoice in our precious life, our precious human life, and all the good things about us? Can we wish ourselves well? Can we support ourselves? Be our own best friend as we make our way through life. second stage, we're going to bring to mind our good friend, someone that we really care about and who cares about us. And just bringing them into the meditation as an image or just a sense of them being with us. Maybe remembering the laughter or some happy event that we both shared. And just seeing what arises. Hopefully lots of positive feelings, sense of love, affection, maybe a sense of kindness to this person. Occasionally this may be different, we might have fallen out with them and may bring up something else. But whatever arises, just accepting that as perfectly okay. Not trying to change anything. Just considering what it is about this person. Not so much what it is about this person that we love, that we really like. Not so much thinking about it, just letting your heart open to this person. And in a non-thinking way, somehow seeing what it is about them that makes you love them. They're very much like you, aren't they? You know that they go through difficult times. They have happy times. Sometimes life is a struggle for them. Sometimes they really enjoy themselves. So you can really identify with this friend. There's a real connection between you. Two precious lives intertwining. So taking a little time to wish your friend well, to wish them every happiness and freedom from pain. I'm going to let our good friend go for a moment and bring to mind somebody we don't know very well, but we see quite often. Perhaps a neighbour or a postie, a bus driver, or just somebody who walks past us in our daily routine maybe, and just somebody that we see regularly but we don't know. And just noticing how we respond when we bring this person to mind. It may be that we have a connection of some kind, maybe a little tenuous. It won't be the same probably as the good friend. Or there may be nothing. There may be a sense of indifference. And that's okay as well. So whatever's arising in our hearts, in our heart mind, even if it's nothing, just accepting that. That's where we're beginning from, and it's okay. But as we sit here, can we just reflect that this person that we don't know actually is very much like us. Like us, they sometimes really enjoy the life, sometimes like us, they suffer. They too feel the future dissolve in a moment, like salt in a weakened broth. They too get disappointed. They too suffer from grief and loss. They get angry, they get upset. Life sometimes is really hard for them. And at other times, it's beautiful. There's darkness and light in their lives, just like there is in ours. So can we connect in some way with this stranger's pain and this stranger's joy? To them it will feel like ours feels to us. They're not just a two-dimensional figure. They are a tender, fragile human being, just like ourselves. So can we at least, even if we can't reach out to them with our hearts, can we open up to their lives a little bit? Have a sense of solidarity with them in this precious life. Can we wish this stranger well? Can we wish them happiness and freedom from pain? So we'll just let the stranger go for a moment as well, and bring to mind somebody that we have some difficulty with. Not a big, massive difficulty, just somebody we feel uncomfortable with or awkward with, somebody who maybe winds us up a little bit or irritates us. Just bringing them to mind as an image or a sense of them. And just noticing how that feels. Now it probably does feel really uncomfortable, a bit unpleasant. Maybe we have some unpleasant thoughts about this person. And if that happens, I would encourage you to just accept that as it is for now. It's a strange thing to say, but not actually believing what you're thinking about this person, not trying to grab hold of it in any way, but just seeing that this is how you feel. And how you feel is the truth. So it's where we're beginning from. And in actual fact, we're not trying to change how you feel about this person specifically. You can carry on feeling uncomfortable about them. What we're trying to do is to see that this image we have of our difficult person is a bit one-dimensional. We see them in a certain way because of the way we are. But this person is so much more than our view of them. Like the stranger that we've just been with, they too suffer disappointments and sorrow and hardship in their lives. Sometimes life is good and beautiful, and sometimes it's pretty rotten. And just like us, they find it hard. And no matter how we feel about them, no matter in a way whatever they do to make us feel bad about them, they are doing the best in their particular circumstances. They're doing the best they can to live the best life they can. And they're not finding it easy sometimes, just like us. So can we wish them well? Can we have a sense of solidarity with them as tender, fragile human beings, just making our way through life? We don't have to like them, but we can have a sense of goodwill towards them, perhaps. And in the final stage, we're going to bring all four people together again. Ourselves, the good friend, the stranger, and the person we have difficulty with. And just trying to see all four of us as very similar in many ways. Our basic humanness, our sense of joy and pain through our lives, the effort we put into trying to be happy. Can we wish all four of us well? Can we have a sense of goodwill to all four equally? A sense of solidarity with the difficulties and joys in their lives. Then just opening our hearts to everybody that's been meditating with us this morning. There's something like 26 of us on Facebook and YouTube, all gathering here in the morning to explore ourselves, to explore our feelings and the way we are in the world. We all want to be happy. We're all doing our best. Then opening our hearts even more to the whole world, to all the people in the world, in many different situations, young and old, rich and poor, hungry and full, those being born at this moment and those dying at this moment. Every one of them, in many ways just like us, 7 billion of them, and we have so much in common. So can we wish them all well? And opening our hearts even more to all beings in the world, as well as all the human beings, all animals, all birds, all water creatures, even insects, all life on this earth. Every single being, from an elephant to an ant, and even smaller, to the tiniest insect, to the tiniest living entity. All of us are just trying to live our lives as best we can. We're all wanting to be safe and happy and comfortable. And every one of us finds life a struggle sometimes and a joy at other times. So can we wish all beings, whoever, whatever, wherever they are, can we wish them well? Can we open our hearts to them, to their pain and their joy, which is just like our own? I'm going to ring the bell to bring this meditation to an end in a moment. And when I do, just taking your time, as always, and when you're ready, opening your eyes, moving your body.